Well, I know a lot of you are still dealing with dry conditions, but I'm praying that all of us will get some good spring rains to get the grass growing real well. Now, one of the problems that we see in sheep and goats when it starts to get wet and muddy is we start to see some foot problems. And the two most common problems we see are foot rot and foot scald. Now, foot scald is caused by a bacteria called Fusobacterium necrophorum, and that particular problem usually infects that area between the toes. You'll see it look red or maybe moist. It'll be inflamed, maybe a little swollen. Now, foot rot, on the other hand, which usually begins as foot scald, usually is a much worse condition than foot scald. There's another bacteria involved in it called Dictyobacter nodosus, which can really cause some destruction to the hoof. When we think about treating these conditions, one of the first things I would suggest to you is to isolate these guys, because in foot rot, that is a contagious disease, and the way that bacteria survives is it survives in the feet of carrier animals and is transferred from one animal to the next. So we need to get these guys isolated when we have a foot rot case. Next, we need to select the appropriate antibiotic to treat these with. I would suggest you to consult with your veterinarian on picking out what is the best product for you. We probably need to be pretty aggressive with these feet and trimming them. There's been some studies in Australia that says that doesn't necessarily affect the outcome, but I would still get in there and trim those feet up pretty heavily. If you've got several of these to treat, you may want to think about using a foot bath. Some of the products that we put in there, like copper sulfate or formalin or zinc sulfate, it may make it a lot more convenient for you if you've got several to treat. The last thing you might want to do is give these guys some pain medication, so be sure and consult your veterinarian on what you might do about that. Prevention would begin with sanitation. Try to keep things as clean as possible. Nutrition plays a very important part. Zinc and biotin, vitamin A, vitamin E are very important in the health of the hoof. Once again, really important that you keep that foot dry. You may have to make some type of alloway where these guys walk through some lime to dry their feet off when it's really wet, or you just may have to make you a foot bath up and have them go through that every now and then to keep this problem under control. Hey, if you'd like some more information about foot problems in sheep and goats, you'll go to sunup@okstate.edu.